Hi, I'm Tricia, an organic gardener. I grow organically for a healthy and safe food supply, for a clean and sustainable environment, for an enjoyable and rewarding experience. Growing fruit trees can be a rewarding pursuit, but sometimes the environment causes trouble. Today we're going to talk about environmental disorders and how to tell them apart from other issues. Problems caused by a living organism, such as animals, insects, mites, fungus, or bacteria, are called biotic problems. Problems caused by the environment, such as drought, sun, frost, those are abiotic problems. Telling the two apart can be a challenge. There are several clues that can help you diagnose your problem. Environmental disorders usually happen to multiple plants in an area, not one or two species. The problem will also not spread over time. Finally, you won't find any evidence of mites, insects, fungal spores, or other indicators. Some of the abiotic problems that you could find in your orchard include sunburn, frost damage, over or under watering, soil compaction, and alleliopathy. Trees need the sun, but it can also damage young trees and trees without adequate leaf cover. Sunburn damages fruit, leaves, and branches. Fruit is prone to sunburn when the tree has a heavy fruit load. In the winter, young, dormant trees are susceptible to burn. To avoid sunburn, you can use these white tree guards, or you can paint the trunk with half water, half latex paint. Freeze damage is another common abiotic problem. In the fall, trees go through a process called hardening off. They gradually get used to the colder temperatures, so they aren't damaged by the winter lows. Damage caused by frost usually happens when there's a sudden frost, before the trees have had a chance to harden off, or in the spring, after they've started to come out of dormancy and get hit with a late frost. Frost damage can cause sap to weep. It can turn leaves black and shrivel them, or they can look wilted. Seeing your tree weep sap can be alarming. Sometimes it signals the presence of borers, but in the case of stone fruits, it can simply be a response to a physical injury, some freeze damage, or sun scald. The best course of action to prevent freeze damage is to protect vulnerable plants like citrus with a frost blanket. There are several things you can do to help your tree overcome freeze damage. Trees that have lost foliage are in danger of sun scald, so treat that first. Cut back on watering. The tree has lost leaves, so its evaporation has slowed and it will need less water. Giving it too much water could drown the root system. A month or so after the damage, prune out the dead wood from the tree. Sometimes the extent of the frost damage isn't immediately seen, and a branch you thought was dead might come back. Don't fertilize immediately. If you want to help the tree recover and regrow foliage, wait until midsummer to fertilize. Overwatering, underwatering, and other stressors can negatively affect tree health. Unfortunately, the drooping leaves and burned leaf edges are symptoms of both overwatering and underwatering. Learn about the type of tree you're growing and its water needs. Adjust the amount of water to the weather. Trees use more water in hot weather. Sometimes a tree's neighbor can cause problems. When a plant has a negative effect on another plant, it's called alleliopathy. And black walnuts are notoriously bad neighbors. Walnuts produce a toxin called juglin that can make the ground in a 50 to 60 foot radius inhospitable to certain trees like apples. Other trees like stone fruits don't have a problem with walnuts. Trees can also be hurt by construction projects and high foot traffic. Trees do not handle soil compaction well in the protected root zone. That's an area beneath the tree that's about 40% larger than the drip line. To measure the protected root zone, measure the tree's trunk circumference at about 4.5 feet up. Divide the number by 2. This is the radius in feet of the PRZ. For example, this tree circumference is 30 inches. Divided by 2, that's 15, meaning the radius of this tree's protected root zone is 15 feet. Avoid soil compaction in this area. Avoid removing soil and adding soil and any chemical spills. Also add organic matter and mulch. Planting a cover crop like this sod buster mix is a great way to ameliorate any existing soil compaction. Preventing stress and environmental disorders will go a long way towards a healthy and enduring orchard. So plant some fruit trees and grow organic for life. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, share this video, and follow us at the sites below. Don't forget to like this video.